if I had 3.5 million rand, I think I would go back to that guy and say, I'm so sorry. I need your system. But because I'm stubborn and I believe I'm intelligent, which I then didn't believe, that's why identity is critical. I then decided to coach myself. You know, I'm a coach, so I decided, what would I say to me? And my advice to me was, what are your strengths? Because I have at that stage been delving into an unknown field which I know nothing about. Nothing. What's the word? Nothing. I knew nothing about AI. But I realized that I had some successes from the past. But it had nothing to do with AI. The next question was, and I'm giving you these questions as tips. So what am I good at? That was the first question. What are my strengths? What can I do well? The next question was, how did I get so good at that? What did I have to go through to get to that level of competence? And then I realized hard work, commitment, dedication, never giving up on the dream, and never giving up on yourself. And when I started focusing on those questions, I felt intelligent again. And I'm thinking, oh, I didn't lose my intelligence, which is a bit silly, eh? Is it not silly that we know we are, and yet in those tough times you doubt whether you are? Then self-doubt is our greatest enemy. Okay. I then got to know how Superbase works. So I started, I'm not sure whether the door is moving because of the music. I mean, look at that. It's for you. Anyway. It's not because of me, it's because of the lock. So I started this AI venture last year, March, and something I did which I've learned many years ago, which was a good thing. I still think it's a good thing. I'm sorry for my French, but it was biting me in the ass at that stage. Because I told enough people, give me a month and I'll show you what I've developed. I make a, let's call it a public commitment. And then the month was passed and I had nothing to show. Nada. I don't know. Okay. But I learned a lot. I can't show the results of the lessons, but those lessons were learned nevertheless. Because we live in a, shall we call it a materialistic world, where our success is supposed to be visible, it's supposed to be tangible, it's supposed to be seen by people, which is another mistake. We can grow, we can become better without one single other person noticing but you. And in that process of, this is now March, April, May, at that stage I realized I need other people. And that then got me to the human-centered relationships. Because I cannot, no human being can function independently. Yes, when you are a child, you want independence more than anything else. But when you're independent, you realize, but I need other people. So I am interdependent. So then I realized, okay, yes, you are intelligent, yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are. However, you need other people's assistance, you need other people's support, you need other inputs, because we are interdependent. Then I started, so the lesson was, we need each other. I cannot in the AI world ignore the value of other humans. I cannot ignore the value of having quality relationships. I don't care how advanced and fabulous and fantastic IA is and can become even greater exponentially, we always need to understand the value of our human relationships. Now, listen to this and please write it down. AI has become very good at, you with me? Mm-hmm. Has become very good at acting human, while humans have become worse at being human. I'll repeat. So AI is getting better at acting like humans. And I mean, they can do whatever when I say they, I'm talking about artificial intelligence as an industry. It can do things much quicker, much quicker, much more wonderful and than you and I can. However, so AI is becoming better at acting human, but humans are becoming worse at being human, which emphasizes the importance of we need to realize we may never exclude those parts of ourselves that make us human. And one thing that makes us human is our interconnectedness with other people. You were referring about COVID earlier today. During COVID, we realized that guy I didn't like, or that girl I didn't like, I miss him or her. Because we missed people. We missed the interaction. Am I making sense? Right. So although, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to go on this technology-systems-AI journey, please understand we may never, it's a conscious decision you need to make. And keep on reminding yourself, we may never lose what makes us human. What makes us human? Our ability to discern. Yes? Now, if you do not have that ability, well, get good at being able to discern. Because that's something AI cannot do. AI uses data or data. I'm not talking Vodafone data, I'm talking about information. It uses information to generate information. It just does it much quicker than you and I can. Okay. What else makes us human? Our ability to create. Yes? Our ability to get up again. AI can say, after a failure, we need to learn the lessons and get up again. Yeah, easier said than done. It's just a one-liner there, but in life it takes you a while. So having the courage to do something that you have been thinking about for a while, that is what makes us human. Then being fearful of, being afraid of, or to be scared of, or to be worried about the outcome is what makes us human. So we should never, ever ignore those parts of who we are. Question. A lot of people say, sorry, it's a question in the statement. A lot of people say that AI is going to replace our jobs. True or false? Yes, it's true. But it's also going to create other jobs.
Yeah.
So some people are afraid of AI because you heard me saying it can be a nightmare. But I want to share the following. And this is now not good news. This is not good news. Tonita, where are you? I'm glad he said right at the beginning this morning, he said this is not motivational. So the next is going to be a bit, I suppose, destructive, if you want to use that word. Okay. A friend of mine, many, many years ago, he's a very good friend of mine because he always tells the truth and nothing but the truth. He calls a spade a spade. So I don't always like him, but he's a good friend, okay? So I once went to him and I was complaining about my wife and our finances. And he then said the following, that you hear I'm complaining to him about my wife and our finances. And after I was freaking out about my wife and the finances, he said the following, are you done? I said, yes. He said the following, your issues with your finances have been there long before you've had issues in your relationship.